challenges to overcome after a divorce is how do you deal with your ex? So particularly if you had quite a disastrous breakup, there was lots of shouting, screaming, or some, bad blood between you. Perhaps he cheated on you, or perhaps you cheated on him. Whatever the story was, there was kind of a bad ending, and now you have to have conversations and engage with your ex. So first things first is establish some ground rules. Now, it's going to sound ridiculous, but now that you're divorced, you actually need to consider that the person that you were married to has disappeared. Because what I've often seen that happens after divorce is that people change. It's almost like the worst part of their character traits come out. They start becoming really unreasonable, or they're really emotionally triggered by things. Now, if this is the case for you, set some ground rules in your communication. And the ground rules can be things like communicating using a bucket. Now, I have on my blog, I have a whole exercise called the bucketing exercise. And what I found is whenever I got into really uncomfortable territory with my ex, we used the bucketing exercise to actually have those conversations. So what we would do is, I'd say, right, clearly there's some bad blood between us. So what I want to do is let's pull out the bucket. And he'd pull out the bucket and I'd pull out the bucket. And it's an imaginary bucket. You're kind of holding this bucket next to you. And then you just say to the person, look, just say everything you want to say that's annoying you right now about me. Stuff that's pissing you off, things that you feel I could have done better, should have done better, and just stuff that generally annoys you. And I'm going to say nothing. I'm just gonna have you put all this stuff into the bucket. And you've got to be cool, you've got to be really vigilant about this and not say anything, but allow yourself to then communicate, put everything in the bucket. He says nothing. He then communicates to put things in the bucket. You say nothing. And at the end of that, you throw out the bucket. Okay? There's nothing to be done about the negative things that they say. Just let them say it, let you say it, and then you can move on and go, okay, right, let's actually get on with the conversation. The next ground rule could be that we don't interrupt each other when we're speaking. So you could have a spoon. So you have a wooden spoon, and whoever is speaking, whoever has the spoon is allowed to speak. The other person who doesn't have the spoon is not allowed to speak. This gives each person an opportunity to speak and to be listened to. Your job also, when you don't have the spoon or are not in the position to actually speak right now, is to listen intently. And don't listen from, oh, outrageous, how could he say something like that? Just listen from, okay, this is his perspective. This is how he sees the world. This is his model of the world. And what you want to find out when you're having conversations is underlying this is, where is he coming from? What is it that he's looking for? What is his underlying commitment? So for example, if there's a situation where you're haggling over the house, who's going to get the house? You could be hearing, oh, he just wants the money, he's a money thieving person, etc. And he could be saying, look, I just want to get off the mortgage as fast as possible. So you got to understand that you're going to add things onto what he's saying, or he's going to add things onto what you're saying, which is not what you're actually saying, based on the bad vibes and feelings you have between you. If those situations keep exploding, get yourself a mediator, a go-between, somebody who can actually mediate those conversations for you. Mediation is great for those kind of situations and to establish some protocols for communication. If you don't know who a good mediator is, I've got lots of mediation contacts on my website. I'm also a trained family mediator, so I can assist with that, or one of my divorce angels can do that as well. When somebody's angry with you, my recommendation is don't get caught up in what they're saying or get hooked by what they're saying. Their anger is over there. It's over there from you. Let them express everything they want to say. As they're exploding and freaking out and, doing whatever it is that they're doing, just find yourself going, okay, this person is experiencing lots of anger. They're saying words. These words do not impact me. They're just exploding over there. And when they're exploding, get them to explode until the whole pressure cooker is open. So in other words, just, ask them, is there anything else? Is there anything else? And as they're exploding, you'll find if you just keep saying, okay, is there anything else? They'll start simmering lower because they're getting it out. They need to just express and vent those feelings. The next thing is to channel a powerful person. ask yourself, you know, who is a powerful person who would handle this situation really, really well? And imagine them kind of sitting right here on your shoulder, or actually stepping into your body, like you're seeing the world and you're seeing the situation through their perspective. And find yourself saying the words that you imagine they would say in these situations. Another thing you can do is there's a great product on my website called 24/7. And 24/7 asks a question. You can basically ask any question that you want to ask. And you say things like, okay, look, I have this situation with my ex. He's really annoying me because we have this, this, and this to work out. He always says this, this, and this back to me. And then you can actually record all of that, and then I can record a scripted answer for you of exactly what it is that you need to say back to him. And that scripted answer can be used in any unique situation where you're actually feeling those situations, you know, those angry situations with your ex. So there's lots of tips and techniques. Obviously, the people who have done the naked divorce have mastered communication techniques with their ex. They don't get triggered when their ex speaks to them, and they have worked out exactly what their trigger mechanisms are so that they can manage those conversations powerfully. So I hope this video has given you some tips and techniques. So till next time.